Up everybody, y'all, I am back here. It's been a while since I've had a live, so I am doing a live tonight. Glad y'all are in here. That's here. Hopefully you can hear me, hopefully you can see me. Lighting's not the best. It's actually dark out here. Gotta love this stuff. Let me figure out how to turn this down somewhere. There's a volume here. I've got the iPad on up in the windshield. That way I can actually see comments. Because on the cell phone that I'm actually recording live, I can't see the comments, which is why I have glasses on, because my eyes are shot out. Eyes are gone. I can't see anymore. So we have 4 eyes. Richard, John, hope everybody's doing okay. Like I say, I haven't done a live in a while. I think it's been well over a month since I've done a live. A lot of things have been going on. So between swapping everything, hey Sarah, just get it there's in the house. Y'all just get it here. He's trying to just get it there. He's trying to build his channel up, so y'all go give him a check out. But I'll wait till see if a couple more people get in before I really get in to all the subject of everything going on. Because I know a lot of people have been asking about Jamie, so I'll just give an update on that in a few minutes. But right now, I'm actually here in What's Up Trucking with TBone, Mr. Tony Mason. Y'all go check out Trucking with TBone if you're not already following his channel. Good channel. He's up there north. Him and North Country, they're up there, right there around the same area. But I'm down here in Theodore, Alabama. Actually, me and Jason's parked right in front of me here. We're beside a bridge. And Twin 2 will actually be here in about an hour and a half. He'll be here. So 3 of us former M. Gibson drivers are going to be right here together here in Theodore, Alabama to load tomorrow. We're all running phenol, which is a poisonous compound. We're running that up to Hopewell, Virginia. We're on this dedicated for right now. How's it going, Douglas? Hopefully you're doing well. But Kansas, hopefully it's warm in Kansas. I know down here it's actually, I think it got up to 71 down here, just outside Mobile, Alabama. But we're all running, all 3 of us former M. Gibson drivers. We're down here at C3 Logistics right now. We are running the dedicated stuff, mainly because a lot of drivers don't want to be gone from the house. Oh, 80, that'd be lovely. But I need to get a little bit cool right now because my APU crapped the bed, as they say, or shite the bed. The day before I left to come out of town, 71, 44 there. Ooh. Yeah, Tony, I don't like the cold, dude. I don't like the cold. But day before I left the house, I left Thursday. Yeah, I left Thursday to drive down here Thursday. So I could park here Thursday night. I know, right? Drove down here, parked here Thursday night. I loaded Friday morning. Got up to Hopewell, Virginia, unloaded right back here. I loaded another one tomorrow. Then be running right back up. Well, hi, Miss Cat. Why, honey, darling. But for those who do not know, Keeping It Real with Cat, that is my wife. I know almost everybody here that's familiar with the channel, they all know Keeping It Real with Cat. That's my wifey. But come down here to run. Got to make some money. I've got to do some running. Had to take a week off And it's funny how God works. It's real funny how God works. They tried to find me a load coming down. I'm like, I would have, after I unloaded my Cleveland load, because they pulled me off the dedicated from Ohio to Philly, which I was running 2 weeks of dedicated. But then some drivers didn't want to do it, so they pulled me off of it to run an acetone load, which was loaded Friday morning, supposed to be delivered in Cleveland, Ohio on a Saturday. Y'all may have saw that video. I think I put it out. Be honest, my brain's so fried, I can't remember if I put that video out or not. I think I did talk about it. I think. But I'm not sure. Where it was supposed to deliver on Saturday, dispatch called. I don't know if they called the broker or whoever, or the shipper or whatever. Well, they said, yes, they'll be up on Saturday. But I looked on Google Maps, and it said, oh, no, they're closed on Saturday and Sunday, which is why I got with dispatch. I said, are y'all sure this delivers Saturday? Because I'm seeing on Google Maps that they're closed on Saturday and Sunday. I don't see any reviews saying that they are actually open on Saturday and Sunday either. Which they confirmed, yeah, you're good. Well, then I ended up calling Friday after I got loaded. Say, hey, look, you have overnight parking? I'm looking on Google Street View on Google Maps. I don't see a place to park at your facility, and I'm supposed to deliver tomorrow. She's like, what is your PO number? I gave it to her. I don't know who y'all confirmed that with, but we're not open on Saturday and Sunday. It's like the best I can do you for is Monday at 10. So that kind of threw my whole cycle off. I did put it out. Okay, I thought I did. So that kind of threw my whole cycle off. After I unloaded Monday, I'm like, they had another one loading going to Dalton, Georgia, which is literally like 45 miles from the house. Or close enough. Maybe an hour from the house. What's up, Doug? But the problem was, it was a couple day wait to load it. So I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and go home. God has his reasons for everything. It's a good thing I did decide to go ahead and go home, because I told him, have me home, by Thursday night, because I had an appointment on Monday morning. I said, have me on Thursday night, because anytime I have an appointment, I try to schedule my appointments, doctors, dentists, whatever, any kind of appointment that I do, I try to schedule for either a Friday or a Monday. That way, hey, Friday or Monday, I take care of what I need to. Then I've got that weekend, Saturday and Sunday, off. Miss Cat's schedule usually is like 3 weeks in advance, so we need to know ahead of time so she can make sure she's off. So she already had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So I'm like, dispatch, have me home by Thursday night. Have it so I can deliver something Thursday. But it's going to be a couple of days away. I was like, let me go home. The night I got home, which was Tuesday, the day before Valentine's Day. Yeah, Tuesday the 13th, because I unloaded the 12th. I shut down at the tank wash in Columbus, Ohio. I got up at like 11 at night. I did a split sleep work, got up at 11 at night. I'm like, from here, I can make it home, whatever. And I drove straight home. Jamie started feeling sick that night. We ate cheese bread. Later that, he had some cheese bread for dinner. Later that night, he started complaining his stomach kind of hurt. And then he threw up. Well, he was dead set. I got food poisoning. I got food poisoning. I ate the cheese bread. The cheese bread gave me food poisoning. He was insisting he had food poisoning. But he threw up, and he was kind of okay. I mean, still wasn't the best. So, hey, we gave him some stuff. Miss Cat babied him, took care of him. He went to bed. Well, then Wednesday, he started complaining about stomach pains. Wasn't thrown up, but started complaining about stomach pains, and then he ended up laying on the floor in pain. People who know me, they know I've got some issues on myself. Miss Cat will say, I'm kind of a cold-hearted person. It's just my nature. I don't pay attention to some things. Some things like elude me, like she can be sitting right beside me on the couch and coughing, and I don't notice, because my brain is like 90 to nothing on so many different things. Some things just absolutely escape me. Well, Jamie came in, sat down beside me on the couch. Miss Cat was at work. She come and sat down beside me. We're looking into talking about movies that I was downloading. I was downloading some movies for us to watch. Because I'm that pirate downloader, y'all. Y'all know. He didn't say anything to me. He thought that was kind of cool. We're looking at a scary movie. I'm like, you know, your mom may like this movie. Well, he didn't say anything, so I thought everything was okay. But while I was gone, one of our shutters upstairs on the second story blew off. It was hanging down by the bottom of it. Well, then by the time I got home, it was finally off and laying up on the roof right up over our porch. So since he seemed okay, I'm like, okay, let me go out there, let me go upstairs, get the ladder, go up on the roof, go ahead and hang the shutter back up, drill in the brick, and, you know, all new things, and get it all set in. Got that all set in. Next thing I know, Miss Cat pulls up in the driveway. I'm like, I didn't think you got off until 6 tonight. Why are you here? Jamie called me. He's sick and in pain. I'm like, I just saw him like 45 minutes ago. He was okay. He came and sat with me, and I thought everything was good. He didn't want to bother me and upset me, so he didn't say anything. That is one thing about kids with autism. Everyone's different. Everyone has their quirks. Everyone has their issues. Everyone, you know, reacts to things the same, different. Well, Jamie doesn't want to bother me on some things, which is, it's good and it's bad. It's good because some parents, when they do things, you know, we get annoyed. That's just how some parents are. And I'm, with my issues and the way my brain sees some things, sometimes I get annoyed even when Miss Cat bothers me. Sorry, Miss Cat, but Miss Cat knows I'm telling the truth. So that's the one thing about my channel. I keep it real. I don't try to sugarcoat. I don't try to lie. Yes, Miss Cat, I see Tony said he was milking it, which I did. I'll go into explain that in just a minute. So she ended up calling the paramedics to come to the house. Well, paramedics got there, but it was actually I'm a jerk. I love you too, baby. Well, all the ambulance got dispatched out. There was a fire truck actually came. They're like, within 40 minutes, every ambulance in the county had a call. Within 40 minutes, every ambulance in the county. And in our county, that's a lot. Our counties are pretty big. So they sent the fire truck out. They tested him like, well, he's not, as they said, he's stable. We wouldn't do an IV on him. Yes, he's crying in pain, but he can comprehend what we're saying, so he's not to a point where we'd have to do an IV or anything like that. So they're like, to be honest, you would be faster and you would save a lot of money if you just took him yourself. So we did. We got him in the freaking Tahoe and we took off to the hospital. Well, emergency clinic. Went to the emergency clinic in the next county over because our hospital's not the best. The one in the next town over is a much better. Great things, and they were amazing there. They were absolutely amazing. And so went to the clinic. They're like, oh no, you take him to the hospital 4 miles down the road. You go to the hospital. Not this kid needs to go there. So we went there, and yes, they did blood work. And I guess in the blood work you can do things. How's it going, D? So in the blood work it came back with something, I guess, so they ended up doing a CT scan. Meanwhile, getting back to the milking part, here I am, I go and I download on Google Maps on my phone. I go and I search for images of milk. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Some of you may know where my brain goes. Milk. Well, I showed Catherine a picture of milk jug. She's like, what, the price? I'm like, no. She's like, she just wants to Jethro Gibbs head slap me in the back, you know, like Jethro Gibbs on JAG or NCIS. She's like, Tony, milking it. Because, you know, some kids, they milk it, you know. which Jamie does do that. He'll actually look over at you. You can see him cut his eyes to see if you're looking at him on different things. And then all kids do this, y'all. All kids. And Jamie has that kid mentality. Autism, he's got the kid mentality. He's got a low IQ and everything else. So he's low mentality. So he acts exactly like a kid. So, you know, sometimes he cuts them eyes over to see if you're looking. Then it's like, well, then, you know, then he just, you know how the kids ramp it up when they see the parents paying attention. And we call that milking it. You're milking it for what you can get out of it. So Catherine, like, you're an a-hole. Because I thought he was. I thought he was just kind of a milking. I didn't think it was really that serious. Yes, it was. They did the scan, found out, yes, it was his appendix. At first they came and said, well, they're going to schedule this to have it taken out in the morning. What's up, 18 rolling? So they actually scheduled it, or said they were going to remove his appendix in the morning. About 20 minutes later, they came back in and started prepping. And like, I thought y'all were going to do this in the morning. They're like, oh no, the doctor scheduled this tonight. He said this has to come out tonight. Well, the doctor finally came in there and talked to us while they were prepping him for surgery and everything. Because we had the one section in the emergency room all to ourselves. There was nobody in there, and that whole section was just us. So they were prepping him for surgery. Doctor came in and talked to us. Extremely nice doctor. He said that yes, his appendix was perforated, and undoubtedly this. He's like, when did he start showing symptoms? Like, he threw up last night, started complaining of his stomach was hurting a little bit last night, but he thought he ate some bad cheese bread and thought he maybe had food poisoning. He's like, this thing has had to have been, you know, perforated for a while. It had to have been leaking for a while because there's a lot in him. So anyway, they ended up doing the surgery on him. They let us go into the room they were going to put him in. And it was actually on the maternity ward where they let us go in. So we sat there in his room until after 1:30 in the morning before they finally brought him in from surgery. Of course, he was out of it. Ozzy Osbourne, hey, you got to love that man. I'm surprised that man is still kicking with all the drugs he did. But he is talented. Man, Ozzy is talented. So they ended up removing it. The doctor explained normally on an appendix removal, it's outpatient surgery now because they do it laparoscopically, whatever. So normally it's, you go in, you get it removed, and they send you home the same day. Oh no, he had this removed Wednesday, and it was in the hospital for almost a week. There was so much stuff that had leaked out. He said normally, you know, it'd take maybe about 30 minutes. Oh no, they had him in there for almost 2 hours. He said that he cleaned him out the best he could. Ended up having a drain tube with the thing on the side of him for draining all of the ooze and everything else and the pus and all the buildup once they brought him back to the room. So he had the drain tube. And this happened on Wednesday. Now, even on Monday, they said he's still not coming home. My doctor looked at him Monday and said, still not coming home. But now we had people, after the thing I posted, people were praying. I mean, lots. That's one thing I can say. Y'all Facebook and YouTube people, y'all do support us. We are absolutely grateful for everybody that support us through all this. Financially and prayer-wise, because I had a week off. Miss Cat has had 2 weeks off, and she's off all this next week because Jamie still isn't up to par. So she's having to miss 3 weeks worth of work. So we appreciate all the help from it. Not going to throw names out there who did what, because you know who you are, and we appreciate every one of y'all. But Monday, they're like, nope, he's still not coming home. Like, he still got infection. His white blood cell count was high, and they said when they're fighting off infection, that's when the white blood cell count is high, because they are still fighting off infection. He was still running some fever. So the boy still had issues. But then Monday afternoon, they said he just went up there. We were trying to we'd go up in the late afternoons. Nurses like, no sense in y'all staying up here. He's a big boy. We've got him. We've got this. We're good. You don't need to be up here and stay up here with him all the time. Plus, we knew the nurses were coming in and doctors are coming in and evaluating him, in the morning and everything. So we stayed away until like mid-afternoon. Then we'd go up there mid-afternoon. Then we'd get the nurses. She'd tell us what all's going on. It gives them time to it also keeps us out of the way, so we're not in the way when all the doctors and nurses are coming in doing their tests, because they were still running tests on. They were still doing evaluations and everything. So we let them do their course. And then he started turning around. I mean, prayers actually work. I mean, Bible says, where two or more gathered together in his name, he's there. So luckily Jamie had a room to himself. Nobody else was in the room, so he had his own private room. Now we got to see that boy's butt cheeks more than I wanted to see butt cheeks. And of course, you're in a bed, well, you can't do no. We seen Ding. I seen Dingus more than I needed to too. Because they had his little pee jug right there trying to help him pee and everything else. So hey, he peed right there from the edge of the bed many a time, to keep her from having to get up and get to walk to the bathroom. So the hospital was absolutely amazing. The staff there, they were amazing. I mean, the staff, anytime I've ever been in anywhere, I don't think I've ever run across staff that's been that nice. So that's the one thing I can say about the Atlanta area. You do find some nice doctors and nice people. People seem to treat you a little better in certain places. And granted, our county was, but the county next over, they're even better, and they're actually amazing. Redneck Rail fan, how's it going? We appreciate all the prayers, y'all. Y'all need to go check out Redneck Rail fan. He does train videos. I love trains. As a trucker, every kid always rides by a trucker. Matter of fact, I got up and got rolling at 3:45 this morning. I was rolling. Left Greensboro, North Carolina. About 4:30, a day on car passed me on the right because they were X only. Sat beside me for a while. Well, I can't see you down there. And I said, so he actually got up just in front of my hood on the right side. And he's out there in the driver's window going. So, of course, we blow train horns. Well, us truck drivers with train horns, we do that with trains. We see trains. Man, I love trains. Anytime I can see a train, I'm beside it. I blow the train horns because I want to see if they blow back. And it's always cool for a truck driver when we hear the trains blow back at us. That's just awesome. That's just absolutely awesome. I mean, like I say, us truckers, trains to truckers are like truckers to little kids. Because what are truckers? Your average owner operator in a long hood, we're just little kids. We're just older. We act just like little kids. We're just older. Just our toys are more expensive because we spend money in chicken lights and chrome. That's every long hood. We love chicken lights and chrome. Let's see, John, gallbladder surgery. They put him in a normal size bed instead of the longer one. See, they should have put Jamie. Oh yeah, because you're big, John. Ooh, yeah, that's right. You are tall. I remember that. Now, Jamie's 6 foot, and he was right there. His feet were right there hanging off the freaking bed. So, I mean, I guess they probably could have put him in a little bigger one because they almost had trouble trying to scoot up. So that was always the issue. Let's see, Miss Sarah, our county hospital, had my mom scared to death. She left, went home to the next county. See, Sarah, that's why we ended up going to the other one, because we've heard so many bad things about our county, but the next county over. I'm not going to divulge our counties. But sometimes it's better. Like they said, if the paramedics would have taken them, Jamie, they would have took him to the hospital, which we hear bad things about. But since they said, well, he's stable, he doesn't need an IV, he's lucid, so you'd be better transferring. So we're like, okay, well, let's just go to the next county over, because it was only, I think, 26 miles over to the next one. So that's where we went, and got much better care. So he is doing better now. He's finally home, because my whole thing was I was not leaving the house until he was home. The week off and Catherine having 3 weeks off, that hurts. But I'm home. I'm back out on the road, or I got some home time. Didn't get any work done on the truck, but until the day before I left, I'm like, okay, Jamie's in the hospital, it's fine. He's starting to improve. I've got to work on the truck because I had some lights out. Like, I've got to get this done before I leave. So I spent an afternoon, worked on the truck, got the truck ready. The very next morning, I drove down here. So now I'm working. Still got some other things I need to do. I still got a box back there, which I need to change out on the bumper. So some things I can do on the road. And that's a good thing about us truckers that do carry tools on our truck. We try to save money by doing work yourself. You can save a boatload of money as an owner operator if you can do anything yourself. Motor wise, I will not touch a motor. But when it comes to all the freaking lights and stereos and boards like that and freaking all kinds of other stuff, like I got a video where I did that, because up there that used to just be cabinets on the back wall, but I actually built it like my Pete 579s. I loved how it has the upper bunk for storage. So now that up there is a upper storage area, and that flips down. My microwave oven fryer is up there now. Power run up there, so I've done all that change. Truck's a lot more efficient. Now granted, my truck is heavy as all get out right now. Mine probably about 23,000 bobtail full of fuel. One day I'm going to have to weigh myself. But I try to do as much work on the truck as I can to save money where I can. Because the economy is absolutely in the toilet. Rates are in the toilet. We're not making near as much money as we should be making. Truckers should be making a lot more money because fuel really hasn't gone down. Freight rates aren't really going down. It's the brokers and everybody else keeping the money. So that's what's kind of hurting. I see something's doing better. Keep it real. We appreciate that. Like I say, a lot of the prayers, I honestly believe the prayers will help turn him around, because he wasn't doing good there at first. They weren't sure when they would be able to send him home, because like we said, they said normally for appendix removal, it's outpatient surgery. You go in, you remove it, and you're out the same day. But he was in there for a week. So that kind of hurt. And of course, you know, he's been denied Social Security 4 times. It's funny how the government will help those that really don't deserve it. And we'll leave that at that. I can say a lot more on that subject, but you know, I'm trying not to piss everybody off. But the government is wasting money on people that don't deserve it, but yet you've got a 23-year-old kid with autism who will never, ever, ever be able to be on his own or leave the house. Kid can't drive, doesn't have a license, he'll never be on his own, but yet been denied Social Security, you know, disability 4 times. Can't get any help for anything like that. Like, that's our government. How can we say it? Winning. Winning for who, though? Turo Jones, what's up? Let's see. Glad Jamie doing better, but I have to go. Got to get up early in the morning. I feel you there. I was actually in a live earlier with Humberto, the trucking guy, and Shannon something. I cannot remember her channel name. Turtle Jones, what could a used truck with 360-10 wheelbase I'm looking as possibly used for? A wheelbase that long? See, now Humberto, the trucking guy, he's actually, I think, going to do a truck tour late today or tomorrow. Can't remember. Now he's getting the extended sleeper with, I think it's a 300 inch sleeper on his truck. But see, he hauls a drop deck for Landstar. So usually the big wheelbases are better off doing stuff like that where you can kind of pick your loads. Because like tanking, a 290 wheelbase and a 280 wheelbase is hard for tanking. Because you go into so many tight places with a tanker. And like my truck is heavy. And with this trailer here, the trailer I was on pulling the Ohio's to Philly, that trailer was about 1,000 pounds lighter in here. So even with me going in with half a tank of fuel, and I actually timed it just right because there was a TA 56 miles away from where I loaded at. So I was able to get my fuel there. I would arrive at the shipper with right there at a half a tank of fuel. And I was always within 100 pounds, you know, plus or minus 34/7 with half a tank of fuel. Well, you know, tanking, they always want to put you, they want to gross you out at 80,000. Most tanking, they want to run 45,000 in the trailer. Some places don't want to load lighter. So usually the bigger sleepers and stuff like that and the bigger wheelbases, you can usually do step deck and flatbed because you can pull a lot lighter loads. You can specify, hey, look, I can pull loads, you know, 43,000 and you're good. But with tanking, usually they get kind of pissy, shall we say, if they haul less than 44. I mean, that's the downside. But now I'd love to have, me personally, I'd love to have a W900. I'd love to have a W900 82-inch studio sleeper. But we wouldn't be able to get into half the daggone plants that you go to. You just wouldn't be able to make the turns to get through. Like where I unloaded at yesterday in Virginia, my brother's, if you're still on 22, Wayne, what's your wheelbase? Is it 280? I think Wayne's Pete 389 is a 280 wheelbase, whereas this Coronado has a 260 inch wheelbase. He said he had a hard time getting into the load station. It was tight. He actually had the freaking the chemical plant's freaking spotters on both sides of him because they have rail cars and you're coming in at an angle and you're turning like this. Okay, 270 inch. And it was tight for him to get into the unloading station. Mine's a 260. And I was looking like my trailer was this far off the rail car because I've got to swing wide because as you're coming in, you're coming around the curve. We got your trailer track around that curve, and the loading station is actually on a curve or unloading station. So long wheelbases kind of hurt and kind of limit you. Tanking 310, I honestly do not see 310 doing tanking, but like I say, step deck, I think you'd be fine. Some drive-in, you'd be good on some drive-in, but I know when I was pulling drive-in with my 22 Wabash, there were places this Coronado had a hard time getting into with this wheelbase, and it's only 260. So I would definitely look at a flatbed or drop deck with a 310. I've gone on about that long enough. Y'all have done heard me repeat it over and over and over. So we'll just move on. So, anything anybody wants to ask me while you're here? I don't often, or I can't remember the last time I did a Q&A. So, let's do Q&A for the hell of it. I haven't done a Q&A. Y'all spit something out, something y'all may want to know about me and Kat. The Miss Cat will let me reveal, or she may answer. We do try to put out some videos, or we were trying to start putting out some videos when I was home under her channel, Keeping It Real with Kat. We do try to put out some of our personal stuff, but we didn't do anything this whole entire... Yeah, we know about the pee jugs. All right, y'all, I'm going to be on... Since it was brought up, you know about pee jugs. It's a trucking fact, y'all. You see these drivers, these nasty... They'll have a freaking... Now, what's this look like? This looks like a pee bottle. It is not. It is not a pee bottle. It is... Well, I'll show you. Get back to work there, redneck. Hey, appreciate you stopping in. Hope you have a good, blessed weekend. Stay safe out there. Not a pee bottle. I will show you my fridge and what I do. I actually take... Let me flip this thing. Come on, flip it. Sorry, y'all. I keep Pepsi bottles,